For those who have been following the journey with Cinder, or even those who are unfamiliar, she represents so much of the challenges and troubles that many horses experience based on unclear and lacking in quality human experiences. We're not quite sure of her history, but it was clear that abuse and neglect were part of it, and that the human experience was a making her comply type of scenario. Part of helping a horse reawaken the curiosity is to acknowledge the horse's initial subtle tries. And so often in our society, we have an expectation of how big or how much a horse has to give or has to do in order to acknowledge or accept it. I wish more folks spent more time stopping and slowing down and actually learning to recognize the horse's communication and feedback. This would help so many people diminish and eventually decrease the feeling surprised by what the horse did moments, and would diminish so many horses from feeling overwhelmed by humans ignoring their subtle ways of communicating and asking too much of them by constantly increasing and adding pressure, and eventually when the horse became overwhelmed, having the all of a sudden explosions, which really was a pent up building, continuous increasing of the horse's concern until they could not handle things anymore. Unfortunately, when most people watch a boring video such as the one you're looking at right now, because nothing exciting is happening and nothing is fast and nothing is dramatic, and there is no chasing or making or driving with a flag or a stick or endless circles, but instead a two-way conversation using the lead rope to communicate first with her brain and then her body, I am dedicating so much of the effort in our conversation to prioritizing refining the tools so that when the human communicates with the horse, as more is asked of her later in life, she already has an understanding or is speaking the same language, without being able to have a horse that is mentally directable and physically reasonable in their responses. The horse is carrying a degree of containment. And unfortunately, most people don't believe that the horse is contained or tight until they are exploding or displaying extreme dramatic behavior. If instead we learn to acknowledge and recognize and see the short, subtle tries that the horse has as they start to mentally engage and be able to look and stay present in the moment and physically where they were at, and we link those together, the conversation with the horse can look very soft and boring and adaptable.